people that understand business, people that are interested in doing what it is that he's doing, and all of these people collaborate with each other, just like in Evan's group. I mean, you know, that Evan is awesome like that. I mean, he really encourages collaboration every day, every week, every month. It's a big thing, and there's a, you know, if there's too much going on, I think I just needed more focus. But he's still in my ear. Like, I'm supposed to create content that's towards making money, but right now I'm creating content for you because I'm trying to get as much out here as I can. Because I promised myself that I would talk about anxiety, and those that have anxiety, how it is that we can shift out of it and turn anxiety into excitement. So if I have this money coming in and it's at the bank and this is what it is that I'm going to do, now what is the next step after that? How will I feel once I have given him this payment and start this training? You know, am I going to be going all in on this training? Well, yes, because this is what it is that my inner self has decided this is my next step. It's just like when you go for a job interview. You know, I guess you could I could look at it, you know, as I'm interviewing all these other people to see if it would be a good fit for me. And at this point, just like with each of the others, I'm feeling like, yes, this is the direction that I want to take. And once I get in there and I learn everything that there is to learn, then I will know for sure this is what it is that I'm doing. Now, I did try the other programs, and they're awesome programs. Every single one of them are awesome programs. But my inside wasn't, you know, it was this with this one and this with that one, and I would actually go back to all of them. But I needed to find my thing, and that's the thing is I can't proceed with any of their programs if I don't know what my thing is. And I don't mean the anxiety thing, but the business thing, you know, my big legacy thing. You know, I've been building up all kinds of different things in books mostly. You know, I'm in 4 international books now, plus the 2 that I published. And these are all little pieces of our legacy. And that's something to think about as well as, you know, what are you doing to create your legacy? What, you know, if we're gone tomorrow, what is left behind for generations to come? In the past, we've had newspaper articles, we've had photographs, and, you know, we see how that ends up changing over time. You know, they disintegrate, they fall away. And electronic versions can do that too. Paper, the books, you know, that can end up doing that too. But when enough copies of these things get out, then you're sharing a piece of your energy with anyone who comes in contact with it, who flips open that page, who reads that page, who gets something from it. And, you know, that's what our legacy is, you know, how can we energetically leave something good of us here? There's plenty of not good. It's kind of like people say unalive, which I love that term because it's a positive word term. You know, but there's a lot of other stuff. So it's important to me, and it's always been important to me, to leave good in my path. You know, when we turn the page, we change the chapter, you know, we start writing the next chapter, we want to leave good in our wake and not disturbance. I guess that's probably a pretty good way of putting it. You know, let them feel our energy, like riding behind a boat. You know, are you gliding along smooth and going for a nice ride, or are you getting bounced around and tossed around because somebody is, you know, whipping the boat around to intentionally try to throw you off and hurt you? You know, what kind of energy are you leaving behind that boat? So, you know, I guess there's all different ways that we can think about this, but as I started building up these different things, I started realizing, and even if we look at some of the great leaders, you know, what are some of the legacy things that they have left behind? Like with Bob Proctor, you know, I mean, and Dolores Cannon, you know, they've left, and so many other people, including, of course, several that have recently passed in the last few years. You know, what we remember is what is they left behind, and the things that we hold on to are how it is that they make us feel. The good parts about how it is they make us feel, not the other parts. So if you're somebody who wants to be remembered, then, you know, leave bits of yourself in different ways. Find ways that resonate with you to do that. And I guess the next part of my legacy very possibly could be this, and see, I'm smiling, I'm getting excited about it. So I am excited about it. And because I've been through these other, through courses with these other individuals, maybe that's why it is that I'm excited about it. And maybe I needed to go through those other courses with the other individuals so that I could understand how this creative world versus the corporate world operates. It's, the shifting is not easy. The shifting is not easy unless, you know, you haven't put everything into, you know, if you're not all in on one thing, it's like being all in the creative world and then being forced to go into corporate and try to figure out how it is that they operate and how it is that they do things. And the language is different and how they use words is different. Every industry is different and words are very important. So it's, the shifting is not easy. You know, you see different people one way and then you suddenly see them a different way. And because, you know, now you're one of them, right? And I don't know if I'm a creative yet, but I'm working on it. I mean, I have creativity in me. I used to draw and do all kinds of things, and I'm very animated. I'm very animated. So I've been told I have a big personality. So I guess I got that going for me, you know, when I'm not recollecting myself. So right now, this is where I'm at, and we can't see too far into the future, right? We can only see so far, and we have to wait for those, you know, those steps to fill in. Things have to, you know, everybody has their thing that they have to do in order for these pieces to come together. Now, the last few days, I've also been I've talked to several different people. And in a completely different area that, you know, as a recluse, I don't ask anybody for help. And it's, you know, and when I have, it's hit or miss. It's just, it really is hit or miss. But, you know, the last few days I've been, okay, well, so I called this person, and then I called that person, and all these different departments, and I got tossed around from one agency to another, and I've actually spoken with some very nice, very helpful individuals. And, you know, for those of you who dealt with my anxiety during those conversations, thank you very much. I appreciate you. and you know, I'm a problem magnet, and, you know, so reaching out, you know, it's hard because we don't know what kind of clothes that we're going to come across. Are they cold or are they hot? And I've come across some beautiful souls instead of hot coals. I've come across beautiful souls. So I've been very grateful for that. I feel at peace. And that's another thing with manifesting. You have to believe that it's true, because that you're now in a different world and everything operates differently. When you're in an energetic world, everything that you used to know mostly no longer applies. And so when you believe, when you actually believe that check is in your, it's holding at the bank, and you can feel relief, and you can, and you instill that into your being, and you wake up every day knowing that, this is okay, everything's okay, we're good now, we're good. Now you have shifted yourself into a different level. You've leveled up, because fear is down low, and grace and gratitude are up really high. And the last 3 years I've definitely been dealing with a lot of grace and gratitude. So it's been instilling itself into my soul. And so while, there is a vague plan B, I know plan A is going to work out okay. It's a knowing. Knowings are also guidance from life, and I'm very familiar with knowings. So I know everything. It will be okay, and I know that I've been taking some good steps the last few days, 5 to 7 days or so, because I feel really good after I've taken those steps, after I've made the phone calls and talked to the different people. And just making the first phone call, sometimes you're like, oh, there's a whole list, none of these people, I don't know what they do, I have no idea who to call. But I went down the list and I called the first number that jumped out, and it spoke to me for different reasons. And anyway, so that's who it is, and that's how I got directed to the individuals that I spoke with yesterday, who were awesome. And the individuals that I spoke with, I don't know, within the last week. I mean, I've had some really good, I've had 3 really good Zooms with some amazing, very helpful individuals and understanding individuals. And so I think this shows that I've really, the work that I've been doing inside with my anxiety has really been making a difference in my energetic world. And because I come across differently probably than I did before, even though I felt like I was coming across fine before, the anxiety is not a state of being to come across to people in. And I kind of mentioned that in my last video. It's just because it's a different energy that we're giving off, and it makes people react differently. Even though the message is the same, it's the energy behind the message that can totally change how it is that it's being received by the other person. So remember, Dad gives a sad face, baby gives a sad face back. Dad gives a happy face, baby gives a happy face back. And it's a lot to take in, I know. I've gone on for almost an hour. I will try to chop this up into different things. But this is where I'm at right now. And going into things with excitement versus anxiety, I now have excitement. I'm not, some people get frustrated when they've gone, they've taken course after course after course after course, and they get frustrated, and they're like, all these people, all they want to do is just say, that they're in the wrong state of energy. They don't understand that life is happening for them. Life is showing them all of these different things, all of these different ways that different individuals have created how it is that they've overcome, how it is that they are giving back. And those are the things that we should be taking from it, and understand how we resonate with those individuals. If we're not resonating with what it is that they're giving, well, one, you probably shouldn't have signed up for it, so then you wouldn't be out the money, because you just gave your money to good people, which is fine, but you're not, it's contributing to your frustration. Because you're doing what your head is saying, and you're not doing what it is that you're feeling inside. So if you're jumping up and down with joy, and that's what it is that you want to do, and you have that type of energy inside of you, then definitely dive into it, because you're going to learn something from it. You're there for a reason. Life's put you in that situation for a reason, to be around certain individuals, to meet, to interact, to see what different things are like. It's like going on a vacation. You go to different places all the time, usually because you want to see different places. If you're getting ready to move somewhere, you go and look at different houses because you want to see what different houses are like. If you are looking to learn different things, then you go to different people to learn different things and how it is that they teach it. And you see what resonates with you, and then you say, oh, this is what it is that I want. This is where it is that I want to go. And that's what it is that you decide on, and that's where it is that you go. So the choice is always yours. And and again, I don't understand how other people function, but I know that I see a lot of strange things that people do. And sometimes social media starts showing me things that I don't want to see. So I just, I close it out and I go to something else. I play a game, or I go to a source that, the next notification on my phone is from a source that I want. Because I tell life, I don't want to see this stuff. This is not what I want to take in. That belongs in somebody else's world, and it's not mine. That belongs in the world of the people who are creating that type of negativity, and that's not I don't live in that world anymore. That's, each industry in this lifetime, each hobby, each everything, each topic has its own energy. And if you want to hike, then you're going to be around hikers. If you want a motorcycle, then you're going to be around motorcycle and the energy that's around that. It's just, everybody has a different kind of energy that they prefer being around. And creators who sell what it is that they know so that you can get there faster, there's nothing wrong with that. Just go into it with the right understanding and knowing that you need to be listening to your own inner energy and not just throwing money anywhere. That said, I know where my next money is going. So I am super excited about that. And you can tell, I'm not crying, when I talk about other things. So I'm super excited. I have told a couple other people about what I'm going to be doing with my next move. And we'll see what happens. My next business move. We'll see what happens. And I have inquired even on funding for this particular training, because there are agencies that provide business grants or cover tuition or training, supplies, different things in order to help you get where it is that you need to be. And I'm learning about all of this stuff. But I've had some amazing interactions with some very wonderful programs that are out there. And, I stopped to let them know how much it is that I appreciated what they're doing. Whether they can help me or not, that's beside the point. But I have taken the steps to see if they can help me. And I'm not, we'll go from there. We'll see what life brings me. Excuse me. I heard burp. Somebody, and I'll find her video. As she is channeling, she is burping, and she's like, that's a burp of confirmation. So maybe, and because I just learned this, maybe this burp is a burp of confirmation that I am going to be getting these helps, and I'll have to watch the video back to see what it is that it's confirming, because it just did it to me twice. I'm excited. Woohoo! I won't push my luck. I won't ask about the other stuff. It's good to be surprised. But everything is going to be okay. We just have to understand our anxiety better and know how it is that we can energetically get ourselves out of it, because the physical world that we're used to is not the same as the energy world, and anxiety is an energy issue. It's not a physical issue. It's an energy issue. So we need to learn energy in order to understand how we can better deal with energy and all of the ways that it communicates with us, all of the intangibles. I know Yoda. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.